Hello and welcome to your eclipse reading. We're going to start off by looking at this circle representing the earth, this X representing you on earth at the moment you were born. And this out here is going to be where we're playing with the eclipses happening. So I left it blank because I have so many different things to share. And I have that written here, which you probably can't see it, but I'll be talking about it. So you'll see me peeking down at my book and then pointing to the degree points on your chart that we are playing within. So thank you so much for letting me read your chart again for the eclipses. I hope that the previous eclipses on the Taurus Scorpio axis have been amazing. You do have Chiron. Oh, me and you both have this coming up at the new eclipse, the next eclipse that will be highly active. For you, this next eclipse is highly active, more so than mine, because you have this Chiron Uranus opposition, which is going to, on the midheaven, I'm going to say what I'm feeling before we get into the chart, is going to really catapult. The word that I'm hearing is blast, and it's a Uranian type of word. Catapult, catalyze, blast you into your greatest healing potential, your greatest potential as a healer, a prophet, the teacher of the arts of healing, the arts of war, the arts of tending the earth with that midheaven in Taurus. This eclipse is going to move you so fast and furious in a catalyzing, blasting way into your greatest version of being that prophet, healer, being that voice, because Taurus has to do with the throat. So coming through also, it may be through something happening with your throat. The sound of your voice, what I'm seeing is playing with moving from the pelvis, which we find here in Scorpio, the genitals, the womb space, playing with moving. Oh, okay. Follow me here, please, for a moment. So, having a hand on your right, anywhere through here where vibration happens from your breath. That can be anywhere in your rib cage, somewhere here between the breast line and the throat. And then another hand on your womb space, that area known as the Khanda in Tantra Yoga. I think they call in Taoism Dantian. Holding a hand on both of those places and feeling when you inhale, breath goes down. The rib cage and the diaphragm push because you're on your inhale, you're holding more breath, pushing the into the pelvis so you can feel an expansion happening in the lower section of your body. On your exhale, feeling how it feels to have all that rising up, and breathe out so deep that you feel a contraction in your abdomen because your diaphragm is contracting. There's a sinking kind of feeling. Like when I do it, my clothes get baggier on me. I can feel my clothes, I can feel the space between my body and my clothes. So just notice how that feels for you on that tight contraction, where you squeeze your air out. Hold for a second, just that moment of emptiness. You want to feel that moment of emptiness because when you do that, it creates a vacuum. So there is this vacuum feeling where you fill up again, and you can fill up a little deeper. You can fill up a little deeper means that that breath pushes down and it can take in more. And then again, you're holding at the bottom of that inhalation where all the energy has gone down into the pelvis. And you can hold for a second just so you feel that fullness. And then on your exhale, again, squeezing, contracting everything out, letting your, I don't know how it feels for you. For me, my clothes get a little baggy. I can feel space between my body and my clothes. And then squeeze until you have that vacuum sensation. And then the next breath. So you practice with that. And the reason I'm seeing this is because I want to show you, if you don't already know this technique of practicing making sounds from your womb, making sound that connects your womb to your voice. So basically, as we inhale, connecting in with the womb, on your exhale, you make a sound that make the sound come from the womb up through the throat. In Tantra Yoga, there's an actual practice. I don't remember the name of what that's called. Basically, what you're doing is moving sound, uchara. If you want to look that up, I don't know if you can find that on the internet. Uchara. It's UCCHAARA, uchara. So basically, what happens is that we inhale in the Uchara practice, and then on the exhale, we and then you take the tip of your tongue and you make nada suchi, which is sound needle, the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth. So as your big inhale, all the way to the womb, all the way down as far as you can go. You in the actual Uchara practice, we play with moving to the heart. We play with moving to that space. There's another name for it. I know people want to call it the solar plexus or Manipura, but there's actually another space that synthesizes emotions. And in the 12 chakra system, it's actually going to be the 5th chakra. And I don't remember the name of it right now, but it's basically right where you're, when you're doing CPR and you got the xiphoid process right there, that's where this space is that I'm speaking of. And so you can move, basically what I'm saying, on the inhale, you can go to any space. Right now, because it's Scorpio, I'm saying to go down to your womb. On your inhale, take the energy all the way and the breath all the way down to the womb. On the exhale, and you can you can whatever it is you want to make the tip of the tongue vibrate on the roof of the mouth and bring the sound. Uchara is raising the mantra or raising the vibration up. I don't know if you can hear that music. It's really loud. Okay. Anyway, wow, I didn't mean to go there, but so moving your womb, the sounds, moving it all the way up. So it's like the word speaking your truth, it taken to a whole nother level, speaking your vibration, resonating with your truth of your body, because you have Scorpio in the 4th house. And you have, so that Scorpio in the 4th house is asking to awaken the resonance, awakening the energy, Scorpio being life force, awakening that and letting that come through your throat, through the sounds you make, even if it's whatever kind of moaning, growling, crying, the vocal cords having their, like when a guitar string is like twining and when you cry and you shake so much that, you can bring that out. And it's not so much as a release, as a way of like getting rid of something, more so as a way of sharing something and to express. Okay, let's go ahead and go into this first eclipse that we're having, or not first, but the next one. Actually, let's go ahead and go back to the 14th of October with that South Node new moon solar eclipse. Because we might have covered that in your last year reading, but I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and have a peek over there. Libra, and this was going to be at 21 of Libra. Okay, well, you don't have anything personal there, but it was in your third house. Third house, so a solar new moon, a solar eclipse new moon, which all solar eclipses are new moons. This is a rebirthing, I want to say rebirth of the way that you think and communicate. And it's always relational. The way you think and communicate is always relational because you have third house Libra. So you're always you think about the group. You think about harmonizing within a group of people. You're a very community-based person, a local community especially. And you're speaking for the community, within the community, and about the community. And with this new moon solar eclipse in your third house, this is going to be amplified from now through definitely the next year, the next 6 months, most potently. And next year, when we come back again to this 21-degree area, you will see at the next Libra new moon how far you have come. You'll see the fullness in Aries season 6 months from now when we have the Aries full moon. You'll see a fullness of what is happening here in this particular area of your life, which has to do with your local community, how you think, how you communicate, how your thoughts and your communication is reflected back in the people that you talk to at the grocery store and the people who you see on your daily commute or at uh your like your family, your local family, and your siblings, your actual siblings, and your actual people who are that you reflect off of regularly in small and not meaningless but less meaningful. It's not less meaningful because those small interactions sometimes can be the thing that really changed your life. You met what they call the right place at the right time. You met the person. I've met so many important people at the grocery store. I had a baby with somebody who I met at the grocery store who has greatly changed the trajectory of my life. So, not to say meaningless, it's just that they are, it's easier to think that they don't have so much meaning, the little interactions that you have at the grocery store, or that's just the thing that comes to my mind with the Cancer moon. You can probably relate with the grocery store situation. It's so important for some reason. Well, also you have Cancer in your 12th house. So, okay, so that last eclipse was there in the third house, which will also, because anything new moon happening in the third house, anything happening in the third house will impact your ninth house of like the greater philosophies of your life, the greater truths, and the spirituality, religion. The ninth house also has to do with legal matters. So it's associated with justice. And that whole section has been and will continue to be a major theme for the next 18 months. So we're going to dig more into that as we get into the other eclipses. But let's go ahead and move on to this next eclipse that we have in 4 days. This one is huge for you, huge, because it's happening at 5 degrees of Taurus and Scorpio, well within a eclipse degree range. Okay, so eclipse degree range is normally, if it's not an eclipse, it's just a regular moon, regular full or new moon. I personally will use a 3-degree orb, possibly 6. When it's an eclipse, I definitely go out to 6 to 10-degree orb. And that is something that I learned from my teacher, mentor, Daniel Jamario, for the eclipses, 10-degree orb. That's because first of all, the eclipse is a big deal. It's a big deal. It lasts longer. The time, I think this one was going to be, oh, I didn't write the time. Was it 4 minutes? And they say 1 minute equals 1 year that it impacts you. So you might want to look it up because I didn't write it for this one. How many minutes is this going to last? But it's at 5 degrees, very close to your Chiron, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's only 4 degrees away. It is basically on your midheaven. So this eclipse is drastically influencing how people see you, how you see yourself in relation to your contribution to the world. Who am I to the world? How am I contributing to humanity? It's a huge question. And that is the question that is going to be very pushed in a good way, because this is where the north node is. So the north node, being that the north node is over here at 25 degrees, this eclipse, lunar eclipse in Taurus is a north node eclipse, meaning that there is a power surge in this area. Doesn't necessarily mean good. It means an excessive amount of energy. So you will want to, you have Sedna there too. Wow, on your midheaven. I haven't gotten enough into Sedna to speak on it confidently, but I did read one book and I have been starting to study about Sedna and the impact of Sedna on our natal chart. You might want to look into that too, because it is part of your contribution to the world, your career. And this eclipse is on, I would say it's not exact because it's at 5 degrees and I didn't write the minutes, but it is so close to your midheaven. Okay, so what are some possibilities here? I think I started with what I was seeing psychically, my intuition about it, about somehow being blasting through in a so Aquarian way. Aquarian way means it's not about what you think and what you feel and what you want. It's not about anything about your personality. It's not anything about your own ego. It is completely, this is Uranian talk here, because the sun is well within a 10-degree orb. 5, I'm not that good at math. Hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 7 degrees, within 7 degrees orb. The sun is within 7 degrees orb of your natal Uranus at the time of this eclipse. Uranus, your Uranian nature being in your 4th house of womb, sanctuary, home of origin, ancestors, especially the mother line, the wombs you come from. Having this Uranian energy bursting through with that sun touching in with Uranus, bringing about, it's almost like this not not necessarily what your ego wants, but what we know you can do. It's like this is something that it's in your body, it's in your womb, it's in your mother line. It's a gift that you have to be a Uranian force out in the world, speaking that Uranian energy. So getting really clear on Uranus, because I don't know if I read the one of the best books I feel on Uranus, which is done by Liz Green, who is a brilliant psychological astrologer. And the book that she wrote on Uranus is phenomenal, and I've read it, I would say, fully 2 times, and this third time I've been going back and forth, more referencey. But the impact that I have that I can share with you is that Uranus is the gift that you are for humanity. It's not for your own ego stroke or to make more money or to do, and you might make more money because of it, but it's not necessarily, it's like Nikola Tesla, where the stuff that he did was for humanity. I see him as a humanitarian. He was like, I want to get energy to everybody for free. And so Uranus is like that. And so that Uranian energy coming through into your contribution to the world, it's almost like, oh my God, am I really going to say this? Am I really good? But I feel like you do that anyway. You do bring a message that is very different than what the mainstream is saying. But tuning deeply into your womb, doing that practice of moving energy from the womb to your throat, to really feel, and your hands being there to feel the vibration. How does it feel? Is it strong? Does the vibration, what does it feel like? Can you feel the vibration all the way down? And what I would do too is start like this at close, and go down, 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 and see, okay, at my breast, I still feel it strong. At my xiphoid process, or that in the 12th chakra system, it's the 5th chakra. Okay, I still feel it strong there. Okay, when I move down a little bit to my belly, oh, I still feel it. Okay, then I move to just below my belly button. I still feel it. Moving down a little bit lower to that, I think it's called Venus Mound, the mound of Venus, that space right above your pubic bone. Wow, I still feel it. So see through your body, where do you feel? Where do you not feel? Where are you cutting yourself off from your body's resonance, from your body's vibration? And then doing that Uchara practice to raise the sound up from the different areas of your body. Now I'm curious to see if I could feel it in my thigh, like at my hip bone, the vibration of my sound. If I can feel it at my hip bone, if I feel it, I do. I feel it at my hip bone. I'm sitting down, and my pelvis is very close. And I've been doing the Uchara practice for a long time. And every breath I take, I'm constantly inhaling and drawing an arrow down into my pelvis. And then on my exhales, I imagine like a scooping energy, scooping up my sexual energy, my creative energy, scooping it up, my body's wisdom, the information in my womb, the information in my my waters, my body waters. Exhale, I scoop that up and bring it back up to my crown. And I run it through all the places in my body, and I bring it back up. So it's like this reverse waterfall of information coming from my body, so that I can know what's in my body. I can see it in the inside. I can see it with my first eye. And then I'm able to speak more clearly what is true within my body. So that's what I'm talking about with this Uchada practice for you right now, with this first eclipse going through your 4th and your 10th house. It feels huge. It feels huge and important for you. I'm going to stop the video here and send you this piece, and I'm going to come back and finish up in just a moment.